你好，我是谢老师，欢迎来到信心折纸趣味中文时间。Hi everyone, welcome back to Faith Floating Fun Chinese Time. Thank you for setting aside the time to study Chinese together with me. Our lesson this time is focused on the fourth day of creation. It's from Genesis 1, verse 14 to 19. We will continue the creation story, and God made two great lights. 两个大光 and 大光 big light. What's a big light? The sun. The word for the sun is 日日 Thank you for repeating after me. And at the beginning, this word looked like this. 日 It was like a circle, and now has become a line. The dot in the middle has become a line. And how about the smaller light? 小光 It looked like this at the beginning. And now this word, look at the screen, is 月 So if we put the sun and the moon together, that's very bright. So we have a new word. When you learn different words, those basic words, when they put together, you can have like a compound word in English. So it means bright. 明 Thank you. So this is getting fun. You see the sun, the moon. We still need stars. Again, this word will have two parts. One on the top is the word we just learned, 日. On the bottom is the word 深. Now you can think about a story to help you remember. We have life and the sun on top. Now we have stars. And God has promised Abraham that his descendants will be as many as those stars in the sky. So when you look at the sky, you can think about God's promise, and you can become one of them. And God knows the names of all the stars, and he knows your name, and you are special in his eyes. So the word for star is 星. As we know, there are so many stars. So when we say the word star in Chinese, we say 星星. The same word, just say that twice. It gives you a feeling that there are many of them. Okay, so here's a song you probably already learned when you were little. I will just sing a little bit, and you can guess which song. 一闪一闪亮晶晶，满天都是小星星。Okay, 满天都是小星星。You got it. Twinkle, twinkle, little star. 小星星。Thank you for following along. God has created the sun, the moon, the stars to give us the light, but to also give us a way to measure the time. This is a Chinese calendar we use at our house. As you see, when you write Chinese, the calligraphy can be part of the decoration, and the background a lot of times is the mountains and rivers. But another thing interesting about Chinese calendar is that you see, we have the calendar, as you know, is based on the sun, the solar system. And if you pay attention to the numbers below those numbers, there are some Chinese characters. Some of them maybe you can recognize, 1、2、3、10. So that's the calendar based on the moon. So that's the lunar calendar. We have the time. We can know the time by things God has created. God has given us the time. This leads us to the attribute of God for this lesson is God is eternal. So that means everlasting. He's a same. He created the time, and he is outside of the time. We know the time by measuring things he has created, like the sun, the moon, or the planets and stars, to help us to keep track of time. Ultimately, one day we'll know Jesus will come back soon, and he is everlasting. And he has also given us who have put trust in Jesus eternal life, and that is a gift for those who trust him. Do you want to receive this gift? The one who has created the whole world, the time even. He loves you. So that's a choice not your mom or dad can make for you, not your background can make for you. And God has given you that choice. Would you put your trust in Jesus to receive this eternal life? So God is eternal, everlasting. In Chinese, 神是永在的，神是永在的，永，永，永。This word means forever. It's a very helpful word to learn the Chinese strokes and the stroke order. So if you want to Google this word, you will see how the stroke order works. Do you know that Chinese flag has 5 stars, a big star, and 4 little stars? 一颗大星，4颗小星星。Perhaps you can draw a Chinese flag. It's pretty easy to draw. 一颗大星，4颗小星。You need 2 colors, red and yellow, 红色和黄色。Give it a try. Welcome back to the folding time. Well, we talked about God is eternal. We will make something to help us remember he is eternal. So you will need a piece of paper, rectangle shape, and what you need to do is just to fold from corner right here and the other side, and fold it down from one point to the other. And now we have 2个小山, 2 little mountains. And try to fold a little bit of the edge in. And now we will make a ring. You can tuck it in. Holla. If you want to make sure it's secure, you can put a piece of tape here to make sure it's secure. And then you can give it a try and see how it flies. Another airplane, pretty simple, you can make is also made with 2 loops. You will need a straw. A bending straw would be even better. And an index card. Scissors. 剪刀，剪刀。吸管 So just fold your index card to 3 even parts. 3个部分，一、二、三。And cut them into 3 strips. 一、二、三。And now you will pick 2. 一、二。And tape them together. So there's a little bit overlap here. And to form a little loop. And this one, and then with the one you just made, we have 圆形, a circle. 圆形. So this circle is a reminder for our attribute of God this lesson, that God is eternal. He has no beginning, no end. He exists. He is always there. He's outside of time. And the other strip, you will make a little loop. 小圈, 小圆圈. You can tape this together. 大圆圈, 小圆圈. One on each side. And then you are done. 好了? Something you can try is to bend your straw to different directions when you fly and see how that goes, and tell me what you think. Hope you have fun flying your airplanes. God has established the time that He exists outside of time. We are limited. We still need to know the time. The most important time is Jesus is coming back soon. We don't know the exact time, but we need to be ready. So we will practice how to ask or tell the time in Chinese here. Okay, so we have 一、二、三、四. We will just work with the words we know here. And I will introduce one word that's new, 点. 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 It means dot or a clock. Like 1 o'clock in Chinese will be 一点. 一点. If you want to ask for time, you can ask 几点了? 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 几 几 几. This word is used a lot when you ask questions about numbers. If you want to have the time for right now, 现在几点了? 现在 means now. 在 means exist or here. Like God is everlasting. In Chinese, we have 神是永在的. 永在的. He's always here. But we need to know time right now. 现在. 现在. If you want to be more polite, you can add 请问现在几点了? 请问现在几点了? 请 请 请. It means please. It's always used at the beginning of a sentence or question in Chinese. 问 问 问 It means ask. It's very interesting, this word 问. There's a mouth inside of the door. So 口 and 门. When you ask directions, a lot of times you need to knock on the door to ask. 问请问请问现在几点了？现在3点了。Again, the stick is pretty simple. You can just roll up a piece of paper. Okay. I will point to the numbers. 1 2 3 4 5 6. So just like in English, if you cut this 圆, the circle, into half, we have a word 半. Look at this word. It looks like you cut this word into 2 parts, symmetrical. That's 半. 请问现在几点了？请问现在几点了？现在3点半。现在3点半。Okay, one more challenge without the clock. You already know how to tell the time, but the challenge is how to say that in Chinese. 请问现在几点了？现在3点了。现在3点了。谢谢。Well, thank you for practicing with me. The more you learn, the more practice you need, and the more fun you will have. Just like when you learn other new skills, you always need some practice. You can think about some fun ideas to make it interesting for yourself. You can make up stories or songs and make flashcards, talk with your family or your dog, and maybe have some crafts or a notebook and to write down those words and draw some pictures. Whatever works for you, just practice and practice, and you will see the results if you put your efforts to it. Thank you for practicing with me. Happy learning Chinese. 好，谢谢，再见。